the best player to ever exist. I've never died in my entire life.
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we are jumping back into r/Tales of Neckbeard. Yes, continuing the Burgerbeard saga. I think it's been like 3 weeks, which is just ridiculous since we did the last part of the Burgerbeard saga with the sultry Asian vampire. And of course, the dogs start going nuts as soon as I hit record because why wouldn't they? Oh, Lord. I have missed this saga, and I have missed its musical interludes. If you have missed a previous part, I do hope that you will check the links in the description. Watch them in order, because it's definitely a ride worth taking. Eventually, I'll compile it all into one video, and eventually I will get a video that has, like, songs separated from the video, but for now, I'm trying to put my game face on, push on through, and bring you guys the tale of Burgerbeard the way that Zucca would probably want it told. Yes, indeed. So let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will jump right into some Tales of Neckbeards cringe. Burgerbeard's Misadventures in the Game Group, Episode 6. Eurobus? No, you're a beardos. Oh, with the Latin right out of the gate, bro. Salut plurimam dicit, si valis, bene est ego valio. Or something like that. Or as we say in languages that are not yet consigned to history's dustbin, howdy. Just your friendly neighborhood Zucca dropping in to regale with a tale of a failed whale of a male, most pale, bedecked in stale ponytail with dirty fingernail, who uttered brilliance, but more often he wasn't hale. Yet in spite of my rails against this snail, you've already followed my trail despite that I wear a tail, and here you stand now. You have yet to bail. Congratulations. Unlike Skeletor, the walking ale, who wound up in jail, I'll link that in the description as well. Burgerbeard never met that kind of nail, so as long as you're here, let me sing you a scale. If you're booze inclined, maybe grab an ale. For those not thusly so, consider water in a grail. For those who need to read by braille, try not to flail, and endure with me this hail. If you're buying the sale in person, not by mail, venture with me over this dale, for in this segment you are indeed bound to wail. You may be wondering at the title, and trust me, there is a reason for it. And the reason is this lovely graphic. Put your foot in your mouth. To put your foot in your mouth means to say something embarrassing, tactless, unintentionally insulting, or socially awkward. I really put my foot in my mouth today. I asked Vicky if she was pregnant. She wasn't. Those boys sure got themselves in a heap of trouble. Thank you so much, idioms.online. And I'm also shocked to see Zucca coming out of the gate swinging with the rhymes. I must admit that I did rather enjoy it. So now that you're familiar with the foot in the mouth idiom, let me introduce you to the Ouroboros. An immensely potent and respected symbol, and older than some of the world's most ancient civilizations, at least the ones that we know of. It's a symbol associated with wholeness and infinity, characterized by a serpent, snake, or dragon eating its own tail. It has numerous different variations, but this is the most well-known, and it looks a little something like this. Ooh, that's a scary snake, isn't it? Snake says nom nom nom. And here's another fun fact. The Orin pendant that Atreyu wore and emblazoned upon the cover of the eponymous book in the never-ending story is one such variation of the Ouroboros. Ah, it's certainly all coming together now, isn't it, boys? Turn around. Look at what you see. Now, with all that context out of the way, let us pave forward. But not before we explore this week's Broadway-style baddiness. This week, we're gonna desecrate the Romantics musical ditty. It's not far off. About how the singer's significant other is one chatty Cathy when asleep, and confirms that she does, in fact, deeply love the singer. That's right, talking in your sleep is this week's offering, so warm up them pipes. Crack pipes, that is. Boom, 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 boom. When you open your comp, when we're at the game, boom, ba boom, ba boom. And it's making us see that you don't have shame, boom, ba boom, ba boom. We can see the things that you're browsing about, boom, ba boom, ba boom. Then you fail to switch the tab and the truth comes out. We've all been there. You tell us that you're not mean. You tell us that you're decent. You tell us that you're not dumb. But you're so full of crap, 'cause we can see it in your lap. We see the porno that you romp. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. When you're browsing on your comp, when you lift your screen, you think you're sly. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Don't you know we all see it when we pass by? Boom, ba boom, ba boom. And all your folders of naked orcs. God, no. You're telling all the room how you get your porks. You tell us that you're not mean. You tell us that you're decent. You tell us that you're not dumb. But you're so full of crap, 'cause we can see it in your lap. We see the porno that you romp. Ba-boom, ba-boom. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. Ba-boom, ba-boom. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. For real, we do. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. Please have some shame. When you're browsing on your comp. When you smirk real wide and you lick your lips. Boom. Probably 'cause you're writing all your fanfic ships. You tell us that you're not mean. You tell us that you're decent. You tell us that you're not dumb. But you're so full of crap, 'cause we can see it in your lap. We see the porno that you romp. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. Boom, ba boom. When you're browsing on your comp. We see the porno that you romp. Boom, ba boom. When you're browsing on your comp. Well, I gotta admit that I don't know that song very well. But I also gotta admit that it is a bop. I think we talked briefly about Burgerbeard's poor beat-up computer in the very first episode. And it hasn't been mentioned since. And I'll assume that was because it was all leading up to this episode. And I mean, the age of the computer probably does come into play with it breaking down and stuff like that. But you can't discount all the big green orc wangs and vages that he probably has hoarded on there. What kind of websites did you have to go to get those, Burgerbeard? You just gotta be careful on the internet, that's all I'm saying. Your computer will last a lot longer. Anyways, thank you as always, Zucca, for the wonderful musical interpretation. And now let's dive a bit more into the meat. So, the game being played is Adeptus Evangelion. For an explanation of what that is, refer to my other story on the one and only ReddX's subreddit. Here be the link. And I will cover that on the channel eventually. Just gotta find the right slot for it. It's not really like Neckbeard, it's not really RPG horror story. It's in a place. It's in a place that I can't quite identify yet, but I do plan to read it. Truthfully, I mean, the game is not all that important to the story, so this time I'll spare you the geek out on the specifics of our characters, since the conflict chiefly happened out of game / out of character. Our dramatis personae, Burgerbeard. Yes, indeed, the star of these chronicles. By this point in his life, he'd begun to get a lot less hygienic and a lot more stereotypical, not to truly noxious levels, but he'd shave less often, and his limited wardrobe had begun to diminish in condition, and he never got the memo that you can buy new clothes at the clothes store. If he'd applied the 5-finger discount, but once again, I get ahead of myself. That's a story for the finale, and we're not there yet, kiddos. Zucca is our OP, master of ceremonies, former DJ, real estate analyst, tech support, and power washer, current courier, was witness to the madness about to be depicted. Badastovich, yes indeed, the lanky ladies man, with more rage than his body knows what to do with. He was fresh off the heels of a torrential love affair with a fellow Ren Fair enthusiast, and his pimp hat, fine chapeau, complete with ostrich feather, remained on his head. Now that's classy. Now I gotta Photoshop Arnold in a pimp hat. Dragon, the nicest man in the universe, Japanese descended gamer nerd, works at a home improvement store and has 2 sons with 9 tails. The events about to be related to you, dear reader, showed everyone in the group what happens when you invoke the wrath of the patient man. As they say in Doctor Who, demons run when a good man goes to war.
When a nice guy loses his patience, the devil shivers.
I'm sorry, that's all it reminds me of. Ninetails, so named because of her kitsune fixation, Dragon's wife, the other chief subject of this entry, she would suffer the slings and arrows of Burgerbeard's outrageous behavior with amazing grace until Dragon took up arms against the sea of troubles. Indeed, it was to be. Get some Shakespeare references in here. This classy. Slumsy, former best buddy, game master for this game and wielder of the banhammer. Once a man that I'd have wanted at my side if I had to walk through hell, now a man who I pray has changed his ways, lest he wind up there instead. Burgerbeard, a neckbeard who looks like the love child of Lachlan Monroe, circa Scary Movie, and a naked mole rat. Indeed, one of the most foul human beings I have ever encountered. Mostly just cheered Burgerbeard on. Where's Turtle, the international man of action? The stage is Dragon and Ninetails' palatial estate, at least when compared to Ogre's wee, mono-bedroom nerd terrarium. Nerd terrarium. Oh, bro, I lived in one of them for many years. They had 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, ground level apartment with a big open living / dining room area, and a big patio where many a steak and burger was grilled while the states of our favorite geeky franchises were discussed. Dragon and Ninetails' kids, Serpent and Kitsune, were fast asleep in their room, earplugs equipped for unimpaired rest. That's a good tip. I should do that with my boy when I'm recording. The troupe is ready, and the stage is set. Tail Sextus, Urberus? No, you're a beardos. Star Fox 64 stage start chime.
Good luck.
So there we were, taking a short break from our game to eat some supper, compliments of Dragon using his fire to bring about some marvelous steak and mini potatoes with a helping of local 805 beer. Hell yeah. I don't even want to play the tabletop game. I come for the food. Burgerbeard watches Ninetails head to the restroom and then turns to Burgerbeard.
Do you sometimes think that Ninetails has exactly no business being in game?
He huffs. Burgerbeard shakes his head.
She doesn't even have any business being married.
Burgerbeard glances out to make sure Dragon hasn't come back in yet. They're both unaware that myself, Badastovich, and Slumsy are in the kitchen drinking some beer.
She's a moron. Couldn't navigate her way out of a paper bag. Have you even seen her stats?
Burgerbeard cackles.
I hear she and Dragon are fixing to divorce.
Beard said with a hopeful tone. Note, this conversation occurred almost 10 years ago. Dragon and Ninetails are still happily married. This wouldn't be the last time that Beard injected himself into the personal affairs of the group's members.
Tell it to their fucking faces,
Slumsy growls under his breath. Whatever Slumsy would become later in life, even after his tragic downfall, he was then and remained after a man of honor who acknowledged his wrongdoing and removed himself. He never cared for backbiting. Let's let him know after the game. I think it's clear that we're all getting pretty sick of Burgerbeard's shenanigans, I agree. He's just not gonna change, and we've given him more than enough chances. To this day, I can't believe how pained I felt to say that. Take heed, friends. Sometimes you don't want to remove toxicity because it's familiar and therefore comfortable. But take courage. You deserve better. Wise words indeed, Zucca. Wise words indeed. I've had to do exactly that more times than I care to admit in my life, but it always turns out for the best. My strategy is run from what's comfortable. That's probably why I like to feast on cringe so much. Anyways, where was I? Yes. Badastovich snorts.
What about we just dump him on the road and see if he survives walking home through the woods at night?
Fun to fantasize, but let's talk real solutions, I retort, though I am smiling at the notion of Burgerbeard trying to utilize the outdoorsman skills that he's always boasting about. Adapt, react, overcome, .wave. Thought it was improvise, adapt, overcome, whatever. I don't even watch Bill Grylls. Man vs. Wild, whatever. I am not under the delusion that I'm gonna place myself into a situation where I don't have the internet. But where did Burgerbeard build the foundation of his Bear Grylls delusion? Well, he read the first half of the Boy Scout handbook. Not he was a Boy Scout, but he read the first half of the handbook. Just the first half. I made it to Life Scout myself. Slumsy folded his arms.
I brought him into this world and I could take him out of it.
Badastovich's eyes widened and I got a little shiver down my spine. Jim Halpert shudder.gif. Slumsy smirked.
Let's take ideas. We'll need a plan.
The plan wouldn't come to fruition until later, but even before the events of the night, events had been set into motion. The events of the night, however, was just a massive punt to the events that accelerated them. Ninetails comes back out, dinner is imbibed, and plans are made to convene with Dragon after the game. The game went pretty normally, with my character, Chuck Finley, named so because Burn Notice and Bruce Campbell are both awesome, used his reality-ripping AT field to give us combat advantages while the fighters were hammering away at the Angel. Ninetails' turn comes back around. Her character is one made specifically for support. The ops director, Masato from the anime, basically. She rolls to attack with the city turrets and misses. This is normal. Everybody rolls a failure at least twice a game. Heck, Wrangler's poor luck with the dice had basically become an in-group meme by now. Burgerbeard had failed to land a blow 3 consecutive times that night. He and Beard chuckle, and Burgerbeard pipes up,
Even if you did hit it, you'd probably fail to do any damage. Your character's even more useless than a screen door on a submarine. At least that door functions as a door. You haven't even used absolute order. You're not even a fifth wheel, because those can be useful in certain situations. And what kind of ops director invests in melee skill? You couldn't make a decent character if there was a gun to your head.
Burgerbeard's diatribe carried on, as we all sat there absolutely shocked. What the hell brought this on? I feel like we missed a lot of events, man, because now there's just some vitriol brewing right in the middle of the room. At least in the last entry, they seemed like amicable with each other at the very least. I think Burgerbeard just outright hates women because he's consistently rejected by them, but that's just armchair psychology, at least for now. Ninetails looked like she was about to burst into tears. Burgerbeard, what the fuck is wrong with you? You despicable creature, I utter. I don't swear often, but this situation was bringing out my bad side.
Come on, it's true. And why doesn't she even?
And Burgerbeard is then cut off by Dragon.
Are you gonna roll a fucking dice? Because it's your turn, or are you gonna keep berating my wife, you waste of skin?
Dragon's tone was one that we had never heard before. He was deeply, genuinely angry.
You're no god of gaming yourself, you know, and you've gone way beyond friendly ribbing. You're trying to make her hurt. If I ever hear you talk to her like that, I'm gonna bury you out in the woods and let the mountain lion skull fuck you, Dragon snarls. I have never hated anyone in my entire life as much as I hate you.
Dragon returned to his seat, and the room is dead silent. Awkward. Ninetails excuses herself to compose, and when she comes back, Burgerbeard rolls his attack. It misses. Everyone glowers at him. He looks up at Dragon and Ninetails. We're all waiting for him to apologize, to show some level of contrition or regret for his actions.
Can I get a Mountain Dew?
He asks. I don't even know how to process that. Cricket.wave is the correct answer. There is dead silence. His lack of self-awareness, nay, lack of any awareness, has just absolutely overwhelmed us at this point. What the precise fuck, as Badastovich would say.
That's, fine.
Dragon had given up at this point. Slumsy steps into his way and points at the door.
Out,
he says.
What?
Burgerbeard acts completely astonished. Didn't see this coming. No idea. Hit him out of nowheres. Caught him unawares. Flabbergasted. Bamboozled even.
Did I stutter?
Slumsy growls.
It's time fucking out for you. It's bedtime for Bonzo.
Hey, not fair. It's Dragon and Ninetails' house. They're cool with me being here still,
he bellows. Badastovich makes a face that screams,
How can he be this dense? No, they fucking ain't. And you can get the hell out,
Slumsy snaps.
If you don't, I swear to God, I'll kill your character.
Not my character. Trust me, dude. This guy assassinated his own character out of game a long time ago.
No, fine. I'll go. You guys can be crazy all you want.
And he walks out. Bubba Beard just watches the preceding events with a strange smirk on his face. Slumsy didn't opt to comfort Dragon and Ninetails. He knew better. He didn't draw attention to it, and without missing a beat, he asked me to roll for my Teleforce blast so we could forget about what had just happened. So the game rolls on, and then we disperse for the night. Burgerbeard came back next session, but spent the rest of the campaign, which was only 2 more sessions, just quiet and brooding. Bubba Beard just watched the chaos, all the while with a weirdly knowing smile. Burgerbeard had, through foot in mouth, become unto a neckbeardy Ouroboros, or a Ourobeardos, if you will. And I will. And all the while we were steeling ourselves to excise him more permanently from the group. Well, we are now 2 stories away from the conclusion of this saga. Ah, you hate to see it end, but it's been such a good ride, man. I can't wait to compile this one together. This is a killer. I'm deeply, humbly grateful for everyone who's stuck with me this far, and to ReddX for reading these chronicles and belting out some amazing musical performances. Episode 4's performance was my favorite so far. I still think amazing is going a little over the top. But I definitely do appreciate the compliments, sir. I myself cannot pick a favorite performance. It's like picking from your favorite children if all of your children are slightly ugly. Which my performances are, but I don't love them any less. I put myself into these videos, and I'm pretty sure you guys can feel that, so thanks for supporting. Shouts out to ReddX himself. Hey, Hellfreezer, Fun with Failure, and Lost Genre. Y'all rock. Much love to my Santa Maria group, who I cherish to this day, and my Noble Nuts posse. Y'all are akin to family. And a special thanks to the community of ReddX's Discord server. Hey, subtle plug. Got him. You guys are fantastic people, and it's been a pleasure getting to know ya. Join me for the penultimate episode, Burgerbeard's Misadventures in the Game Group, episode 7, Hurricane Beard Comes to the Sleepover. Boy, oh boy, I still feel like I'm missing something. Like, when did it all turn so ugly? They were just sitting around playing tabletop a little bit before. And now it's turned into like absolute verbal assault. And verbal assault in her own home, nonetheless. Ugh, Slumsy definitely did the right thing by kicking him out. I feel kind of sad to hear about the downfall of Slumsy and what he becomes. But in this episode in particular, he was an absolute champion. Usually, you know, that mantle falls to Bad Estovich, but I'm glad Slumsy's stepping up, doing some things, a mover and a shaker, you know what I'm saying? And Dragon, he quite possibly is the nicest man in the world. Letting that dude get a Mountain Dew after he just insulted your wife? Bro, you are gonna get dragged out by your fat man tits. I will throw you into the street before I ever give you a Mountain Dew. Jesus, man. I would like to know what the time span is between this part and the last part, because it feels like the dynamic has quite truly shifted. Or maybe it's just death by 1,000 cuts, you know? And this is just the straw that broke the camel's back. Everybody got together in the group chat and they're like, do you like Burgerbeard? Do you? Oh, nobody does? Okay. Let's kick him out. And Burgerbeard's trying to make his last hurrah. I don't know. A little bit more armchair psychology for you. But oh, what a ride it has been. I will not leave you guys hanging so long before I get into part 7. I do have some new and interesting non-Reddit content coming down the pipe because, like I said, run from what's comfortable. Hopefully we can expand the reach of the channel. I mean, the growth has been amazing already. But like the only line I know from Oliver Twist, may I have some more? Hey, you guys can help me out with that growth by liking, commenting, subscribing, and or sharing this video, or series of videos, rather, around the internet as you see fit. And I thank you so much in advance for that. Character animations were done by Darkly Studios. His Twitter link is in the description. We've also got my personal subreddit, r/ReddXReads, which was mentioned in the story. We've got my wife's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX, which we just did Kids Are Stupid, something like that. Pretty fun subreddit. Did it with my little baby boy so you can hear him babbling in the microphone. That's a good old time. We also got the Teespring if you're trying to rock the merch. Yes, indeed. And my Amazon affiliate link, which goes to my microphone currently. But if you click on through and buy anything else, you don't gotta buy the microphone. Then I get kicked a couple of bucks, a little percentage of your purchase, which is pretty sweet. That's a win-win situation if I ever heard one. We also got the social medias, the Facebook and the Twitters, and the Discord, which was also mentioned in the story. Great job with those plugs, by the way. Just beautiful. We've also got my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. Yes, indeed. You're seeing some names on the screen right now, and I would like to thank them all, but specifically Zero MMX, Lady Nix, Robert Waits, Cider Drinker, Tato Ferret, The Last Shinobi, Mark 211, Aaron W, Mitch, John Hero, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Little Lone Wolf, Miss Monday, Silent Revolver, JM Coon, Leon Embers, TSM Kirby, Redwind, Synaptic, Boomstick, Jerry, Staples, Yeet, Cake Jerry, that's a different Jerry. That one, Nick, my boy, Tamago, yeah, that big delicious jelly donut, and we also got Liverson. Thank you guys so much for helping to support the channel. There's some bad words in this episode. I don't know if it's gonna get demonetized or not, but here's hoping that it doesn't. If you can help these lovely, lovely people in supporting the channel, that would be absolutely massive. Thank you so much in advance. But if you can't right now, friends, don't sweat it too hard. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Because really, the views is how my beard stays so bothered. Keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe watching some more ReddX videos? Oh, that's so great ideas, yes. Always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one, friends. And until then, bye-bye.